Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes Morning Sports Talk. I, of course, am the brofict one, AJ. Happy Monday. February 12th, 2024. And happy Super Bowl hangover. Happy Super Bowl hangover to everybody out there. I mean, what a game. Seriously, what a game. What a game. Hell of a game. I think, like I talked about yesterday, it was going to be a good game. It was going to be a competitive game. And that was everything that we got yesterday. That was everything we got yesterday. Was that one of the best Super Bowls we've ever had? I think it's up for debate. I think it's up for debate. Seriously, unbelievable stuff yesterday. And we have, for the first time since the 03-04 Patriots, back-to-back Super Bowl champions in the Chiefs, looking for a three-peat. How likely is that? We'll get into all of that and a lot more this morning. Before we go any further, though, do want to take a moment. Shout out to our 431 incredible followers here on the Rumble. Shout out to our 243 followers on the YouTube, X, everywhere else. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Hit that like button if you like what we're cooking. But let's not hold on any longer. Let's get into the big one. Let's get into what was yesterday's incredible Super Bowl. Chiefs come away with it in overtime, 25-22. And unbelievable. I mean, San Francisco going down there, kicking the field goal in the overtime, and then the Chiefs walking it down the field, getting into position, and then just a nice little dump off to Mecole Hardman, of all people. Are you guys kidding me? Unbelievable stuff. Patrick Mahomes yesterday, 34 for 46, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brock Purdy with 255 yards, 23 for 38, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. What a start. Seriously, what a start from San Francisco, going up 10-3 at the half, and then just continuing to fight, continuing to work all the way through the fourth quarter, getting the game to overtime, and then, just falling. And it's hard to kind of break down what the 49ers did wrong, because you look at this game, you look at it front, back, side to side. I mean, both teams' game plans for this were perfect. Seriously, both games were perfect. Both teams played the best football they absolutely could. I mean, the fact that we got Brock Purdy walking away without an interception in this game, I think continues to prove how solid this guy is, how good this guy is. And that's the first thing. That's the first thing. I don't think we should be walking away from this Super Bowl. I don't think we should be walking away from this game with the idea in our head that Brock Purdy is not him. Okay, everybody's going to come out here. They're going to say Purdy's a choke artist. Purdy did this. Purdy did that. First of all, if anyone's a choke artist, it's Shanahan. All right, it's Shanahan. We'll get to that in a moment. But Purdy, he played the best game he could have played. He did everything he could to go up against this Kansas City Chiefs team that was rolling. They were hot. Let's not forget how hot this team was going into the Super Bowl. The Chiefs have been playing at top level football the entire playoffs, especially, let me backtrack there a little bit. From the end of the season through playoffs, I mean, the Chiefs have been playing incredible. The boys were absolutely cooking going into this game, and Purdy did everything he could to stop that. But it just wasn't enough. And early in the game when you have Christian McCaffrey fumbling a handoff, fumbling, trying to get that first down, that's a tough one. That's tough. You can't have your best guy putting the ball on the ground. But not even that. The entire game, besides, it was a chess match. Obviously, it was a chess match. But like we were talking about, it was a heavy defensive game. It was a very heavy defensive game. And, you were hoping for a big offensive play here, big offensive play there. And hey, shout out to Mahomes airing it out a little bit more than Purdy did. I will give credit where credit's due there. Patrick Mahomes, he had no problem airing the ball out. But that's the issue, though. Mahomes was playing like he's already been there, because he has already been there. He was already there last year, and he already did it last year. And so being able to come in that loose, that free, having the confidence to air the ball out that early in the game, whereas Purdy was not, granted, he may not have been given permission from daddy to go ahead and do that, but it was just, that was the psychology of the two different teams, how different these two different teams are. A team that's been there, done that, versus a team that's looking for that taste. And, It's tough. It's tough, especially if you're a 49ers fan right now. My God, you've got to be feeling bad. You've got to be feeling bad. But I don't understand. Well, hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit there. It was interesting. It was an interesting vibe. I don't know about you guys, but at least at my Super Bowl party, when we went over to Noah's, shout out to Noah and his incredible girlfriend hosting that yesterday. But when we were over there, everybody that was there kind of looked at each other at halftime. All the gamblers, at least. We looked at each other at halftime and we're like, so Chiefs money line, right? Slam Chiefs money line plus money, big money, and let's keep it moving. And that's what we all did. That's what we all did. We slammed Chiefs money line. And that, I think that's what blows my mind the most about this Super Bowl is even when the 49ers were up, even when the Chiefs weren't playing their best football, it never felt like the game got away from the Chiefs. It still felt like the Chiefs were in the driver's seat, in control the entire night, even when they weren't. And, you know, maybe that's due to the fact that we're conditioned at this point. You know what I mean? We've watched so much football and we've watched so much playoff football that we're like, yeah, hey, Patrick Mahomes and the boys, how are you going to bet against them? How are you not going to go with them? And so maybe that's why we were sitting there and we were like, hey, yeah, no, Chiefs money line. We don't care how much they're down by right now. They're coming back and they're winning this one. That's exactly what they did. It's exactly what they did. Seriously, unbelievable. Great game. And, you know, the 49ers, again, all due respect to them because they were absolutely the best team in the NFC. They absolutely had the best team, the defense in the NFC, absolutely had one of the best offenses in the NFC. And I don't think anything should be taken away from that. It's just different in the AFC right now. The AFC is so stacked. All the talent, all the iron sharpens iron. That's what the AFC is. Iron sharpens iron, and the iron continues to sharpen the hardest iron that is the Kansas City Chiefs. And we're, you know, we can talk about how maybe Shanahan's a choke artist, Purdy's a choke artist. They can't stand up to the big one. But I don't know if that's the issue. I don't know if that's the issue or if the Chiefs are just that good. You know, it is possible to have a team that underperforms that just wasn't as good as the other team. You know, and that's kind of the issue. There's not a lot I can poke holes in with how the 49ers played yesterday. You know, yes, you eliminate the fumble from Christian McCaffrey early in the first half, a different ball game. Different ball game, especially with the way the 49ers were driving then. They were cooking. They were absolutely cooking. But that's the thing. I don't think this was a 49ers choke job. I don't think this was a 49ers not being big enough for the moment. I truly just think this was the Chiefs are the better team. The Chiefs have better coaching. The Chiefs have better players. The Chiefs are insert adjective here. Seriously, it wasn't I didn't watch this game. I didn't look at this game and think, wow, the 49ers are just blowing this. I looked at this game as the Chiefs are that good, and we need to remember that at all times. They can turn it on like a light switch. And when they turn it on, especially when they get into playoff mode, oh, man, who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? You know, now that we're out of the Super Bowl, we got to look to next year. Noah and I tonight will be covering probably tonight or tomorrow. I got to check with Noah's schedule. But tonight or tomorrow, we'll be covering, you know, our 2 early predictions for the 2024 NFL season. And I'll give you a little spoiler here. The Chiefs going to chief. The Chiefs remain under control of the AFC until further notice. Correction. The Chiefs remain under control of the NFL until further notice. As we talked about last season, as we talked about this season, as we talked about the season before that, who the hell is going to beat the Chiefs? Seriously. And now we're getting to the point. And I don't think this is being talked about enough. We're getting to the point where the regular season is boring for the Chiefs. Let's be real. You know, everyone, and it took us a while. I think it took everybody a while to kind of come to this conclusion. But, you know, we used to say, hey, the Chiefs love to win, hate to cover in the regular season. That is an absolute fact. They love to cover, they love to win, hate to cover in the regular season. But that's just because they're resting up. They're waiting. Regular season is preseason for them. That's their practice. That's their warm-up. Yeah, let's go see how we play against these guys. We don't have real football till January. Seriously. And Because you cannot look at the Chiefs this regular season, the Chiefs this season, and be calling them the same team. They're not. It was, again, a light switch between regular season and postseason. And when that Chiefs came out in the postseason, when that postseason Chiefs came out, you knew it was just different. It was completely different from anything they had done in the regular season. And, and honestly, probably the thing, I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place, but one of the things I do really like about this win here for the Chiefs, they didn't have to pull out any of that cutesy shit. You didn't see, Ring Around the Rosie or Red Robin or whatever the hell they call their plays. You didn't see any of that stuff. They didn't need it. They didn't need it. But also, it wouldn't have worked against the 49ers. And again, that's another shout out to Andy Reid right there. Being self-aware, understanding your position, understanding where you're at in the game, understanding who you're playing against, and knowing what to pull out. Man, great stuff. Great stuff from the Chiefs yesterday. And the run game was open for the Chiefs, like we talked about. That was something that needed to be established, needed to open up for the Chiefs to have a chance. You had Patrick Mahomes. First of all, shout out to Patrick Mahomes, over 25.5 rushing yards, absolutely cashing. He had 9 carries for 66 yards. Yeah, thank you very much. Isaiah Pacheco, 18 carries for 59 yards. Just putting his head down, running people over, moving the ball when he needed to. Great stuff there from him. Travis Kelce, 9 receptions, 93 yards. Yes, he was going to have a big game. You knew he was going to have a big game if he was in there. Mecole Hardman, shout out to him with the game-winning touchdown. And then also, I know everyone thought I was crazy. Everyone thought I was crazy. I got to the Super Bowl party and everyone said I was crazy at MVS plus 600 anytime touchdown. But hey, you need a guy to show up. You need a guy in the clutch. Like I said, MVS has been that guy, and he was the guy. He was the guy. Now, where does this leave everything, right? Where does this leave everything? Because, now the season's over. That's great. Chiefs going to go party, have a nice little parade and everything. But where are we going next year? Where are we going next year? Because, 49ers, I mean, hey, you got Brock Purdy. You got Brock Purdy on a rookie deal. You're paying him literally next to nothing because he's Mr. Irrelevant. You're going to run it back with him. So you got probably, another season, another 2 seasons with him on that rookie deal. Does something else have to change? And isn't that the worst part? That's the question that's going to be floating around everyone's head in the 49ers front office and the 49ers coaching staff. What else could we have done? Seriously, what else could they have done? What else do we need? What do we need in order to beat the Chiefs? Do we need to have a sniper ready at all times to take out Patrick Mahomes? Do we need to, seriously, what do you do at this point to beat the Chiefs? Because everyone will agree, this was the worst offense the Chiefs have had going into the Super Bowl, but the best defense. This is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has ever played with. And so what do the 49ers need to do to get to that next level? But then again, what did the Chiefs need to do the Eagles need to do last year to get to that next level? What's the answer? And everyone's going to be looking for that answer. Everyone's going to continue to look for that answer, as they should. Because no one's been able to find it. No one's been able to find it. You know who's been able to find that? I correct myself. You know who's been able to find that? Tom Brady. Tom Brady was able to find how to beat the Chiefs. And honestly, looking at those games, I think the answer is Tom Brady. You just got to beat Tom Brady. Seriously, that's where we're at. I mean, the dynasty is real now. Everyone was talking about it, kind of joking about it, but the dynasty is real now for the Chiefs. This is an actual thing. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. And, one thing kind of blown out of proportion yesterday, I want to touch on a little bit. Did everybody see that little scuffle Reed and Travis Kelce got into at the beginning of the game? Whoo, he was not happy. He was not happy. I believe it was after Hartman or Pacheco. Someone fumbled the ball. Travis Kelce goes up to Reed, gets in his face. Gives him a little shove and everything. Yeah, and what the fuck else do you expect? It's the Super Bowl. It is the biggest game of these guys of the year for these guys. It is a very intense, very emotional moment. Yeah, he was probably like, I wouldn't have fumbled that football. Yeah, no shit, Travis. We know you want to go out there and impress Taylor too, but Hey, they still ate. They still ate. Great stuff. Seriously, great stuff. Also, shout out to Greenlaw. T's and P's, healthy recovery as he tore his ACL yesterday. Oh no, I'm sorry, tore his Achilles running onto the field. Off ball. First of all, you hate off ball injuries. Second, you hate injuries in the Super Bowl. Third, just the worst way to go. So, shout out to Greenlaw. Good luck, buddy. Have a good off season. Ooh, yeah. But yeah. Oh, also, we'll talk about it a little bit. Shout out to Nick Taylor also winning the Waste Management Open. Again, very nice day for me yesterday with the Chiefs and with Nick Taylor cashing and everything. Good shit all weekend. And let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's get another good day of gambling under us. Let's get another good week of gambling under us. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I got right now. Noah and I, again, we'll be live later tonight. We'll be breaking this down a little bit more. We'll be getting into our overreactions and over predictions, I guess you could say, or I don't know what the hell else you call them, for next season. But yeah. Yeah, and then later this week also, we'll be doing a little bit more sports betting paradise going live betting, everything under the sun. We love to see it. We do love to see it. But yeah, hey, that's all I got. Thank you all again for listening. Thank you all again for watching. Shout out to the 6 people watching live on Rumble right now. Thank you all for hanging around and hanging out. If you like what we're cooking, hit that like button. Helps out a lot more than you know. And if you really like what we're cooking, that follow button is right there as well. But hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a wonderful Monday. I, of course, have been the Brofict one, AJ, and I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.